Jeffrey's watching black pill videos. Okay, so I need to style my hair in this way like this guy on TikTok, and then I've got to look really sexy and take pictures like him, and then maybe I should start getting the style and skincare. Jeffrey, why are you doing all of these feminine habits? You do realize the women you're going to be attracting are going to be like these TikTok masculine feminist girls, right? Adonis is the complete opposite of a TikTok boy. He is a click-clock man because he obeys the laws of time and uses his time really wisely. Adonis does not look like a pretty femboy, but instead he looks like a man, and that means he attracts feminine women. So this video is for the younger guys who are seeing like the TikTok boy meta. So I'll show you some pictures of some TikTok boys. Basically, a TikTok boy is kind of like this skinny, tall, cute femboy looking guy with like cute kind of gayish kind of hair, puts on like makeup or skincare or something, dresses like fashionable, and he does like the little dances on TikTok. And a lot of girls find this attractive. 100%, I won't lie to you, a lot of girls do find this attractive. If you look like this, you'll probably attract more girls than if you look like some caveman. I won't lie to you, that's the case. And you might be thinking, wait, so I'll get more girls if I look like the TikTok boys? So I will grow my hair out, I will shave the beard, I will, look like a femboy, right? The word that I used was very important. Did you pick up on the word that I said? You'll get more girls. Now let me ask you, young man, was it quantity that you wanted, or was it quality? Think about the kind of girls who are into the TikTok boy. They all use TikTok, which means that they've got brain rot. It means that they've all got ADHD. They like a cute femme style looking guy, which naturally means that these girls are actually more masculine. You need to understand such an important word here, and once you understand this word, you will never want to be like a TikTok boy again. The word is polarity. Polarity is pushing things to the extreme. And in dating and in sex, there is always a polarity. Basically, one person is masculine, the other person is feminine. Even in homosexual couples, right? Even in gay couples, they still have like a butch and a femme, a top and a bottom. Gay couples even understand this better than straight couples do. Basically, there's always going to be someone who's masculine, there's always going to be someone who's feminine. The more masculine you are, what kind of woman would you attract? Use your brain. Literally just use your brain. The more of a caveman, Khabib looking style guy that you are, what kind of woman are you going to attract? Are you going to attract a really masculine woman or a really feminine woman? A really feminine woman. Why? Because that is on the extreme polar end to you on the spectrum. Now imagine this. Imagine instead of looking like a masculine man, you start to make yourself look like a feminine guy. What kind of woman would you attract then? Would you attract a feminine girl, or might you attract a more masculine girl? Now the masculine girl doesn't need to like look like a caveman or anything, but masculine girls these days are like the feminists who are very career-minded, and their relationship is not the priority in their life, but rather like their work is. And that could be fine, by the way. If you're attracted to that, by all means go ahead. But if you're a masculine man, you're not attracted to masculine women. The more masculine you are, the more you're attracted to feminine women, which are women who are very traditional, they're very cute, they're very emotional, very chaotic. They basically think about their relationships, their love life 24/7. They struggle in the modern masculine world with capitalism, with commercialism. They don't really have like good career options or business options because they just don't have like the discipline to be able to wake up and grind. When you're a really masculine guy, you don't value like a woman's discipline, like her grind. You don't think of her achievement that, oh, she's got some career or business, and you're like, that doesn't make a difference. If anything, it's kind of unattractive to a masculine guy. Girls will say, oh, that's insecure and stuff, but we're all allowed our own preferences, right? You're not forcing anyone. Just like girls can say they want a guy who's 6 foot, or who's this, who's that, guys can also say whatever their preference is. So the key lesson you need to understand here is, the more masculine you are, the more of a feminine girl that you'll want. Now, I just need to ask you a question. How masculine do you want to be? Because you've experienced life being kind of that androgynous middle where you've got like breast fat, right? Like if me and you were in person right now and I grabbed your titty, there'd be mass there, wouldn't there? Be honest, even if you've been going to the gym and everything, there's like a bit of extra fat mass there in your titties that your previous generations of ancestors have not had. How about your wide birthing hips as well? Like you've got a bit of an hourglass figure, like a sexy woman, right? Most guys look like slightly unattractive women these days with like, slightly wider hips, bit of titties and everything, little soft faces. You've lived your life like this, and I don't mean to be insulting, but it's the truth, right? You were raised by a female fat teacher. You were probably raised by a single mother or a father who was abusive and out of the home. And you were raised with these Hollywood movies and these TV shows that portrayed every fucking man to be like a bumbling idiot. Have you thought about this, by the way? Like, think of any husband, any father in the TV shows that you used to watch. He's always an idiot, right? You never had a real masculine role model. So we were a lot more towards the middle of like the masculine and feminine spectrum. Did that serve you? Was it nice dating girls who literally prioritized studying over wanting to come see you on a date? Like, remember the days you'd send a text to a girl and she'd say, oh no, I'm studying. Now, that's not potentially a bad thing, but were you attracted to that? Did that make you feel good when you messaged the girl to come meet you and she basically prioritized like studying above her love life? Some guys will say, yeah, I respect that, right? They're more on the feminine side and that's absolutely fine. But if you're more on the masculine side, you would want a woman to basically be just dedicated to you, that she has almost nothing else in her life other than love and her family. That's what masculine guys are into. So now when it comes to the case of the TikTok boy or the masculine look, you need to ask yourself, what kind of woman do you want to attract? Because the truth is, any guy who's actually lived a bit of a life and hasn't just spent all their time watching fucking black pill videos on the internet will tell you that feminine women don't get with these TikTok boy guys. Feminine women get with like the alpha male Chad guys who are like disciplined as fuck, and the more masculine you are, the more feminine girls that you will attract. And that's probably, if you're watching this kind of video, what you want. So you will get more girls if you dress yourself up and put on some fucking makeup and do your hair and everything. You will get more girls, but that's just because there's more masculine feminist girls these days than there are feminine girls, right? There's feminist girls, like feminism. You don't want a feminist as a girlfriend, right? Blue hair, high body count and stuff, right? There's more girls like that these days. There's more girls on TikTok and everything these days than girls who are, you know, sexually pure. They haven't had a ton of boyfriends, hookups and everything. Girls who have had like really strong father figures, traditional girls, right? So of course, if you appeal to the masses, you'll attract more women. But it was never about attracting like the modern woman who uses TikTok, smokes a vape and fantasizes over these like weirdly feminine looking guys. It was always about finding a high quality woman, like a potential wife, a woman who would prioritize your family above all else, maybe just under her religion, her relationship to God. That's it. That's probably what you've wanted if you watch videos like this. So don't fall for this modern weak propaganda that you're seeing, which is trying to feminize men and make you believe that having like cute little hair that you spend time blow drying your hair every day, doing some like, you know, makeup stuff, like a little bit of makeup, you know, makeup's for men as well, all this stuff, and like, oh, don't look masculine, don't look big, don't look scary. Those things just are insecure. Guys can wear skirts too. You do realize that's all a fucking psyop, right? You do realize that's like the extreme extension onto what already made you feel awful in your life. The fact that girls didn't take you seriously in high school, but they did take those guys that were more masculine seriously, right? And remember, I said I'm not gonna lie to you. The truth is, the TikTok boy and the masculine Chad, they both fuck. Like, they both fuck these girls. They both have a lot of sex, whether it's in a relationship or not, who knows, right? But they both have a lot of sex. You might be thinking, well, okay, the TikTok boy has sex and he gets a lot of girls, so I'll become that. But you've got to remember what kind of girl you'd be attracting. You don't want those girls. You don't want the girls who are attracted to something that they've seen on TikTok. Think about that. You don't want the kind of girl who's attracted to the soft, feminine look in you. You've had those kinds of little dynamics and relationships before, and you never felt fulfilled by that. What the better route for men, in my opinion, in my like sexist, misogynist opinion, you should become as masculine as you possibly can. Goal-orientated, disciplined, stoic. You should level up in those areas of life and also create the look that suits it. You don't have to go like bald with a beard, mustache, whatever. You know, I'm just playing around with this. You don't have to go bald or whatever. But if you can just live as masculine as possible, therefore letting that influence your look as well, the women you attract then are gonna be into that disciplined version of you. You know how the dream fairy tale that you've probably had in your mind is that, okay, you attract a woman who's really high quality, and then it's not that you've been distracted from, you know, your purpose, your work, your goals, but rather everything slingshots upwards, right? Imagine how awesome that'd be. You meet a girl that after meeting her, she's so inspiring and good that business goes up for you, your work goes up, your fitness goes up, you start winning like MMA fight after MMA fight, you build more muscle, you're more disciplined, right? That's like the dream that most guys have had, is not to be distracted by your love life, but rather attract a good loving woman that makes you even to the next tier of man because of the inspiration, because of the love and the dedication you have to building this family with her, right? That effect is only gonna come from a feminine woman, a masculine woman that you attract, who's attracted to like TikTok femboys. She's not gonna give you that source of inspiration. Masculine women don't inspire masculine men. Masculine women can be friends with masculine men. So for example, we can both go to like the MMA gym and hit like a heavy workout, or we can hit like a heavy leg day together. You can be friends with masculine women. I actually genuinely think you can have a pretty good friendship if you're a masculine guy and she's a masculine woman, because you share the same goals and ambitions. But attracting a masculine woman and putting yourself into the feminine, attracting like a career orientated woman who's like, you know, looking at guys on TikTok and shit, it's like you don't want that kind of girl. So these black pillars that you see online who are gonna clip up this video and, you know, say, oh yeah, this sub 5 curry cell, whatever, they're actually right. Those TikTok boys do fuck a lot. But if you ask any of these guys, are you satisfied with your love life? They'd answer just like little girls would and be like, no, my love life's awful. Girls are just a headache. I don't know. I'd like, you know, they'd be complaining about it. But it's just because of the downfall of fucking humanity with the perversion of sex and gender these days, because so many women have become masculine, so many men have become feminine. If you want to go back to the natural way of things and you want to become like a masculine, disciplined, purposeful young man, then don't feminize yourself. Don't beautify yourself. There's a reason why wearing jewelry and like gold in Islam is haram for men but not for women, because it's like perverted. It's wrong for a man to try and feminize himself. Stay away from like these modern day psyops that's trying to encourage you to give up your masculinity just for a crumb of pussy. Think about it. You weren't born with the desire to look more feminine. That isn't natural. You're doing that just because you want some women, some sex, some pussy. You're literally changing the way that you look and you act based on women. If you've completely took women out of the equation, you'd want to be more masculine, so then you could be strong amongst men and you could extract respect from men and you could go and conquer some kind of goal, some adventure that you've set yourself. Changing yourself for women is wrong because naturally you'll be changing yourself to attract like the modern day common type of woman. Instead, as always, pick a big goal that just inspires you. Pick like a fight, a war, a mission that you can go all in on. Find some kind of competitors, some enemies, and make that your biggest focus. And naturally aligning to this mission, this like goal, will then influence your appearance, which will then make you attract the right kind of woman for you. And when you want to become more masculine, you click the top link in the description, which will take you to the Adonis Protocol, which is a free self-improvement challenge that I've made to make you into the next version of yourself. Go click that top link right now. Subscribe to this channel if you want to. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Goodbye. Mwah.